Hi, this is Jason Nelson, and this is part 2 of the introductory videos into the Mosaic project. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to upload an image, and then that image will be used in the Mosaic art exhibition at a later date. So, first step is to make sure you have some images. So you notice on the desktop here, I've got myself some images. Notice on my images that I have taken a picture and I've marked up that picture. Now that is going to be one aspect of the artwork that we're creating, is that we're encouraging people to write on the images, to add drawings to the images, that sort of thing. It's not necessary by any means. It's just something that we're encouraging people to do. All right, so we come to the website here. And the first step, obviously, is they're going to read through it. They'll be able to see what the projects are all about. And then once they're ready to go, they click on Upload an Image. And the form is pretty basic, pretty self-explanatory. So you've got your basic details, which is going to be your name, so your first name, and then your last name, of course an email. The good thing about the email address is that we have set it up so where it requires a valid email address to actually be able to save and send on the form. Now, the next choice, you notice here, again, it's pretty basic. We're not asking for a lot of detail from the people. We really just want their name and contact information and their image. And then there's some approval they'll have to click through a little bit later. All right, so you choose the file. You've got your standard file navigation system here, and I'll go ahead and I'll choose one of my images and I'll click open. Alright, so it leaves you a little note here, says okay, that's the image I'm going to upload. Now I have annotated my image, so notice here it says, have you added annotation or text to the image? Yes, I have, so I'll click that button. If I didn't, well, I'll just leave it blank. Then of course you want to know when the image was taken. So in this case, we'll go back to the beginning of the year when we were having some of the floods. I'll choose, let's say, January 15th. Now this is an important one. We'll be actually determining where some of the photos were taken so we can set up a large map. So postcodes are going to be really, really important. Now you can click on postcode and that will give you a little Australia Post website if you want to figure out where postcodes are. If you already know your postcode, hopefully people do know the postcode of where the photo was taken. They can add in that. Next is just some information that people want to add extra bits. If they want to add their story, some information about the image, what have you. So I'm going to write in here, my image was taken near the something creek in the Gold Coast that overflowed its banks and flooded a puppy farm. Great, so I've added some extra information in there. Now, these next steps are going to be pretty important because these are the kind of things that they're going to be mostly concerned for at the State Library. So that, for example, was going to be some privacy concerns, meaning do you give the permission to use the image? The image does not contain people, so we really don't want to have a lot of super recognizable people in the image, just because there's certain concerns about privacy if you're showing someone's face, especially if you don't know the person and you don't have their approval. Then, of course, you have to give consent. So this is, I give my consent for the image and text to be used. I am the copyright holder. I acknowledge that the attribution of the image and the name will be given on this form, so there might be a name attached to that. There's a Creative Commons license, which they can click on. And that will give them actually what that license is. And then they have to say they're happy for it to actually be used in other ways by the State Library. We will be including some terms and conditions. These are not complete yet, but we will have those on the website if they want to look through those as well. And then they just simply click Submit. Now notice the hourglass comes up, and it will wait till it loads your image, and once it does, we'll get a message up here that says thanks for uploading your image. So the upload process is pretty standard. The most important thing to do is make sure they go through every step. If they do that, then the image will upload, they'll get a message, and they'll have their image under consideration to be included in the project. So we try to make it easy, straightforward, but with all the additional information that we need to actually make this project good. All right. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon in another video.